Hello everyone, ciao a tutti and welcome to another video. So, Aetherdrift is here, few cards are coming in, few list and decks are coming in, and today, as promised, I have for you goblins. So, why goblins? Goblins, I do believe it's the archetype, or I don't know, the list that benefited the most from new cards. So, as a first video of the new set, I wanted to build a deck that show up as many new cards as possible, and I think Goblin is the perfect fit for this purpose. So what we have new, so I've been studying the new cards a couple of days now. I put together a few kind of decks and I tested them all, or almost. And at the end, I came out with this list that, in my opinion, it's the most balanced between, aggressiveness and fun. Why I'm telling you that? Because with the new set, there are definitely huge improvement into the Goblin list that comes mostly from this card, Howlsquad Heavy, that it's 3 cost to 3, that gives us to all your goblins. But it's not only that. Also makes a goblin token every turn. And when you have max speed, you can tap it and get mana, 1 mana red for every goblin you control. So as you can imagine, this card alone reminds a lot of what you can do with Goblin deck in Historic, and definitely it's huge together with other synergies. The thing is that in order to play this card, you need to survive until turn 3. That for a Goblin deck, it's not so... I mean, you cannot give it for assumed so much, because basically you will be attacking every turn. So, in order to survive until turn 3, I imagine that we need to put as many creatures as possible in the previous two phases, two turns. So, what we have? We have another new card. It's Burnout Bashtronaut. That it's huge, actually. It's very, very good card. It works, it gives you Startion engines. So basically, when you put into place, you have 1 out of 4 of the new dynamic max speed. And when you attack, if you hit the opponent, or if you can cause any damage to the opponent, you get a second level of max speed. So basically, you can go to 2 in a single turn, hopefully. And when you have max speed, this one gets double strike. It's always a menace creature, so it's 1/1, 1 mana cost menace. Startion engines, a max speed, it's also double strike, and there's also tap 2 colorless mana, it gets +1/+0. So as you can imagine, this card, it's very easy for this card to attack your opponent thanks to menace. And if you have a lot of mana, you can pump it, especially if it has max speed already. It can make a lot of damage. But of course, we need to get to double speed. So how do we do it? We do it with our ST creature, the Firebrand, that also can be sacrificed and make a damage. I put this one thinking about the Llanowar Elves, the Tiny Bones, all those annoying 1/1 that normally are played at the beginning of every game. And then the Reckless Lackey, that it's first strike, haste, and 1/2 for just 1 mana. I mean, you cannot ask more. Plus, if you really are short of 1 mana, you can also sack it and get a treasure. I'm thinking about, for example, when you want to play your Krenko. We will get there later on. Finally, as a first level of creature, I like very much the Frenzied Goblin. I know it didn't get a lot of love in the past, but I think that together with the Burnout, basically if the opponent has only one creature, sorry, the opponent has two creatures, you can avoid blocking another one, and it means that the Burnout with Menace is free to go for the hit, especially if we have already max speed. So I think the Frenzied Goblin is very good in this deck. Then of course we have the Searslicers, we have the Rundvelt Hordemasters. This one makes basically a goblin every turn, so we need it. This one gives us +1/+1 to every goblin, so we need it. Plus the extras that when a goblin dies, you can check your deck for another goblin. Top deck, another goblin. It's very, very nice. And then another new card from the new set, the Draconautics Engineer. It has 2 exhaust abilities, so by itself it's a 2/2, 2 costs, so not bad. I would like it more if it had haste, but of course you cannot add everything from your life. But with exhaust, you can give haste to all your creatures, so definitely something to think about if you cannot get your Howlsquad Heavy. This one can replace the haste just for 1 tiny mana. And then you can make a 4/4 red dinosaur dragon with flying. So if, let's say, you eat everything, you eat your opponent as much as you like, and then you manage around the 3rd turn to build a good block, a good blocking side of the field, this one can get you a dragon that can go over it with flying and, get you the few points that you should still be doing for winning the game. So just 2 of those, because I think it's not a cornerstone card for this deck, but it's definitely something good to have just in case. Then Dropkick Bomber. Dropkick Bomber, I put only 1 of these. And I'll tell you why. First of all, because I didn't have the card and I don't think it's worthy. Secondary, I don't think that this deck needs so many 3 mana cost. As you can see, we are very heavy already on 3 mana cost, so I don't want to overcharge this deck more on this level of mana need. I tried to switch something, but I think the value that other 3 mana cost is gonna give you, it's so much more, and I honestly don't think that a second Lord makes so much difference, so I put it as my 61st card. But if you just to have 5, because I'm very unlucky, but if you don't have it, don't bother in using the wild card for this one. Just take it out, because in my opinion it's not super needed. An extra +1/+1, it's always nice. Giving fly to one of your goblin as before can help. Giving, just like the Draconautics, can help closing the game, but at the same time, I don't think that this card gives as much value as the others on this mana cost, that are, of course, the Howlsquad Heavy. We talked about it earlier. Of course, Squee. I was in a previous version of this deck, I put, that I like very much the Furnace, so I put the Furnace instead, but Squid, together with the Lords, gives so much more value, making a second body instead of getting bigger and bigger every turn, as the Furnace does. So I wanted to make this deck a pure Goblin deck, and I went for the Squee. Maybe if you like better the Dropkick, maybe you can take one Squee less, put one Dropkick more. But in my opinion, Squee it's much more value than the Dropkick. And Goblin Surprise. Goblin Surprise, it's the card that make you win, I would say, 50% of your games. Because when you build a huge army of 1/1, opponent feels pretty confident that he will take not so much damage. Even if you have one or two overlords down, it's gonna be 2/2 or 3/3. Opponents can easily, if we are an advanced stage of the game, block them and save enough life points to get a sunfall or stuff like that. And Goblin Surprise change this story very much. Also, if you are, on the other hand, lacking bodies and you wanna, as an instant, so during the opponent turn, get some extra value, you can create 2 red goblin. I believe that this card is one of the best that you can put on this kind of deck. It's actually very valid in every super aggressive token or creature decks, so every kind of deck that goes very wide, just because it works not just with Goblin, even though it's called Goblin Surprise. It's just gives +2/+0 to all creatures. So if you can imagine, you have, I don't know, 5 creature down, it's +10 overall to your side of the field, and it's something you definitely cannot underestimate. And finally, the star of this deck. If you get so far to have 4 mana, you will enjoy playing Krenko Mob Boss. So this is a very popular card, has been played in the past in other kind of Goblin decks, especially with the Cauldron, that you discard it and take these abilities. But in this deck, especially with the Howlsquad Heavy that gives haste to everybody, or with the Draconautics, same story. You can put like 5, 10 goblin all at once, you give them haste, you attack, and off the story. So, in my opinion, it's not the most important. I mean, it will surprise you. It's not the most important card of the deck, because you can definitely win otherwise, but definitely works on the fun factor. And when you make all of a sudden 8 goblin, just because, it's definitely something you enjoy. And finally, last but not least, Witchstalker Frenzy. Witchstalker Frenzy, it's my selected card for creature removal. It's the only one, if we don't count the Firebrand. Basically, you have only one shot in this deck. And I picked this one because even though officially it's 4 cost, it's cost 1 less for every creature attacking, and you normally will be attacking with at least 3 creatures every turn. So if it's not 3, it's 2. So you play it even at the very beginning of the game. You can play it for 1 or 2 mana, and this helps a lot, especially against those. There are around, for example, a lot of artifact decks. So with huge blockers, that of course Goblin cannot pass through, and with this one you cannot not only pass through, but sometimes kill it before the damage phase, and remove one annoying blocker from the field. I'm talking also, for example, about Sheldred. I'm talking about I don't know. There are elves deck around now, so I'm talking about huge elves or stuff like that. An elf deck, it's in my pipeline also. So this is the deck overall. Of course, Cavern of Souls, it's for those blue-white control decks that are, I mean, there are all sorts of control decks actually nowadays. So, you know, avoid get your goblins countered, that it's a good piece of help, especially because you have mostly creatures, so it's not a bother, it's just a feature. So why not? So overall, this is the list. I think it's not extremely competitive. I was thinking that this kind of deck would have been much, much more competitive while I was watching other creators showcase Aetherdrift. But at the same time, it's very, very fun. If you like the format of Goblin, if you like playing super aggro decks, if you like, you know, go with super wide with your attacks, this is definitely a deck that goes for you. Do not expect too much, but expect much more than how this kind of deck, this same kind of deck used to perform in the past. So that's the introduction of the deck. Let's see how it plays. Let's see how it performs on the real field. And what can I say? Just let's hope that Arena will be lenient with us. And let me show you the full potential of this deck. Thank you very much. So, name of the game, get to 4 land. Name of the game. Forget about it. I could have pumped the guy here. I've been 1 extra damage. Three land, it's okay. Now it's double strike. Please no removal. Please no board wipe. That's okay. We did it! I can't believe we did it! I cannot believe it! I'm moved. I'm moved. I'm honestly moved. We barely won. We did it. We did it. We finally did it. This is the last game of the... So just full disclosure, this is the last game that I'm gonna play. So the combo, I screwed it up in several games, but the combo finally worked only now. So it's not that we didn't get it, it's just we got it and I won with that. So I wanna have at least one game this way. I will put it first, but it's the very last. So watch the full video, see how many games I played, see how many games I did screw up, and finally I got it. But it was worthy, I have to be honest. A little bit stressful, but we got everything we want to have. We got the Draconautics, we got the Burnout, we got the Krenko, we got the whole squad. This is a game as it should have been. One Lord would have been like perfect. Instead of the Draconautics, one Lord. But yeah, that's it. Okay, we go first. Draconautics Engineer is nice to have, but not exactly, especially two of those, not exactly the best. But let's keep it for now. Let's see how it evolves. Honestly, I would have liked to have something else as a first end. I'm not super happy. Okay, another mono red. Okay, but we have the heavy. You know what? I think I wanna block. No. If it wasn't progress, I would have blocked. It wouldn't make any change at all. But it's good because now they used already. One removal. And we are at 2. Screaming Nemesis. Let's attack. Let's see what they do. If they go and block, I will use Goblin Surprise. If they don't, I will use the Searslicers. Okay. One Lord will be very nice. Second Screaming Nemesis. Bad, very bad. That's exactly what I was expecting. So this is the only thing I didn't even make the map. But I think this is why we play Goblin Surprise. Yeah, nice. So that's it. You see, no overload needed in this deck. I mean, not overload needed really in general. They are nice, but they are not like extremely important. Imagine if we got like an overlord instead of Goblin Surprise. It would have been like minus. Minus 6, I would have won anyway. Okay, whatever. Imagine I was right. Okay. So we start our engines right away. Yeah, thinking a lot about if they want to discard or not their top deck. So much thinking. All right. So anyway, second turn I will set up for the Frenzied Goblin and the Reckless Lackey, because I will attack with two. Never mind. Let's go this way instead. Okay. I don't want to risk the Searslicer for now, so let's go this way. This should grant me the third level of max speed. Only 2 mana, unfortunately. A Goblin Lord would be nice now. No. Oh, let's block this one. And let's play another one of these. Very bad. Very, very bad, especially now that we have no third mana. Oh, thank you. Oh, of course, I must attack. And that's it. So ends skippable. Finally we can see a Goblin Lord. Hopefully it will stay. So artifact. My mistake. I should have done the other way around, because this way it would have been a 2 instead of 1. It might make the difference. Temporary lockdown. Day of Judgment. Day of Judgment. Okay. At least we will see 3 cards. No. Yes. No. And I will do this. Sunfall. Daretti. Artifact on the battlefield. One more land, please. And that's why we play the Frenzied Goblin. Exactly because of this. You see, no Overlord. Well, the Overlord at the beginning, but it's not like something that we strictly need to win the games. So, I do play Krenko in this deck. I promise you that I play Krenko in this deck. And I will draw it. I will draw it exactly when I will not have enough mana to play it. What I wanna do. Okay, Krenko, we are ready for you, almost. We need also 1 mana. Nice. Okay, now we are ready for you. What do you say, buddy? Also an Overload would be interesting here. No, mana is better. Mana is much better. Of course. In the meantime, we draw mana. Nice! Bravo! 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 Sei bravo! Sei bravo! Sei bravo! Sei bravissimo! I do play Krenko! I do play Krenko! Let's see it, please! Let's see it, please! Ma sei ridicolo, sei un ridicolo, sei un gioco ridicolo. One land, only 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. Ma va. I do play the Lords. I do play Krenko. I got nothing. This is the second time we see the Lord. Sbagliato. This one is worth 2. We're attacking. I will blocking with 2, my friend. Land, land. Nice. 3 land in a row. Three land in a row. 20 lands for this deck. My god, say if they have Sheltered by Ghost, I will get so angry. I will go so angry. I will go crazy angry. So attacking with this one means that I can draw another card. I can check if there is, I don't know, something on top. Maybe another Lord. But it's more or less a sealed deal. In fact, the opponent is roping me, I guess. Because I can pump this one up to 4/4. It's double strike, so it means 8 damages are coming just from this one. My god, it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 land into 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 land in 11 cards. Fair. 20 land deck. Oh, Krenko. Krenko! I don't need it. So it's 4 and 6, 10 plus 2. All right, so we got the Lord, we got Krenko, we played none of them. Okay, it's not bad. We go first? Yes. So let's go with a couple of attacks. Tap mana. Survey, what is Reanimator? No. So natural enemies of this deck are Temporary Lockdown. Oh, well, mostly almost the board wipe because it doesn't make much sense to really restrain yourself. So we have 5. We can give them we have 8. It will be 3 per 4, 12. It's not enough. Again, doesn't make much sense restrain yourself, so it is what it is. If they have a board wipe, they have a board wipe. I don't think so, because exactly. Otherwise, they would have played on the previous game. This is the deck of the copycat. So they play this one and then they start copying it like crazy. But I think it's a good game. Oh, Krenko again? What? We are not playing it. We are against playing Krenko. Oopsie. Okay, as it was. I don't know why this card. I mean, why? I don't know why you cannot just not target. Let's keep it just because we go first. Let's see what they want to play. I think they have a shock or something in them. Okay. That's fine. So let's start the engine and attack. So we are at level 2. Of course. Of course. Nice. Altro. So the perfect end. The perfect, have you seen, you have witnessed the perfect end with 2 mana, with 2 mana, with 2 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 creature in place and 5 in the end. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Look at this. And then this. What? Where is the sense? Where is the sense in this? Because if the mana is not enough, you will not. You always have 1 or 2, no? No, it's just to screw you up. It's just to screw you up. Of course. Three of those. Three. Krenko, we are ready for you. Overlord, we are ready for you. Of course. Something else? Coffee? Milk? Trample. Krenko, we are ready. Perfect. Ah, ma vai. Oh, Krenko. Nice. Cards with photocopy. Opponents are playing 2-3 copy of the same card every turn. Every game we are seeing this. Every single day, every single game. Every single game we are just seeing opponents playing cards with photocopy. It's really disgusting. It's really disgusting, because of course, I mean, it's deck built because they wanna you know spoil this. This is the something. This is clearly something wrong with the game. First hand, they have like they had like two of the iridescent vine slasher. I mean, you cannot have. I mean, do you know the game, right? You cannot have more than 4. How comes they have 3 on the first, 2 on the first hand? This is a 3-3. Another one, the third one! Land. I think I'll make the dragon now. I cannot make the dragon. Oh, it would be nice some times ago. So we have the blockers. No! Without drawing any... They drew once. They drew once. Two of these. Three of these. Two of those. Come on. Come on. Come on. And I got a lousy Krenko at the end of the game. The card that would have helped us the previous game. I already know, as per the hand is defining itself, I already know that I will not get the third mana next turn. See? Oh, nice. So, do you think they... Oh, come on. I can do the thing. So I get 3 mana. If I play this one first, I get 4. No! No! Che schifo! Che schifo! Che schifo! Che schifo! Che schifo! Of course they had the Asti creature! Che schifo! 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 Only mono red. We are playing only against mono red. Do you think we will get the 4th mana? So, if we get the 4th mana, we do the thing. If we don't, we do not. So now we need I need this one to die. Free life. Go ahead. Overlord, we are waiting for you. If there is an Overlord in the room. Opponent is doing whatever he wants because 3 cards out of 7. That was very stupid. Let's go! Sunfall! Sunfall! I will give you also the extra goblin. Go with your Sunfall, man. I know you have it. In 4, 5. Split up all tapped creatures. Okay. Italy. They get you in a mental state. This game gets me in a you see, what is this? What is this? 1 mana. 3 mana. 1 mana, 3 mana. Puts me in a mental state of only mono red. Let's see if we can lose also versus basically our own deck. E6. You wanna block? Big mistake. Of course, the one time we have Goblin Surprise. The one time we have Goblin Surprise on the first turn. Of course, of course. Something else? Do you see how many copies of the same? Of course. Six mana. It shouldn't be keepable, but I'm keeping this just because I wanna try and hope I will manage to... This is poison? Feels like poison, right? He's poison. So if we get that fourth land, we might... Of course, the only... No, it's... There is no hope. There is no hope. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nice. There is no hope. I actually love this deck because it's very, very nice. Max speed. So they have the land, but the land doesn't concern me. Two, 3 in the first 10. Well, what's the point of this? What is the point? Think I will get the third land? Now the question is just a mono black discard, or is the blue black with the bouncing effect? Just a mono black discard. The thing is that the mono black discard. They do play sometimes. I'm gonna lose this one, right? They do play sometimes the Sheldred. Is gonna be the case. If it's gonna be the case, I discarded my only 2 witch thingy, and it means that I cannot kill it anymore. Okay. Sheldred time. This one doesn't concern me very much.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the Raven Man. I've always hated crowds.
Nice.
Delay, nothing more.
So if we get Krenko, Sheldred's not
Enough
very
with
effective
the mysteries.
against us right now.
Come for answers.
Sorry, Liliana is not very effective right now.
Off you go.
We don't get Krenko. But I think we get to win anyway. So, that was the deck. I do believe that it's very, very fun to play. Few changes, especially if you don't have the card, maybe you have other cards. Draconautics Engineer, it's nice to have. I will keep it. I honestly will keep 2 of those, but if you don't have it, just take it out and replace it with a Dropkick Bomber. There are other stuff that I wanna try with this deck. Actually, I'm not sure. I might build a second version of this one because I have a couple of ideas. Witchstalker Frenzy, 4 are definitely too much. Let's play 3 at the very yeah, let's play no more than 3. If you don't wanna play them at all, replace them with Lightning Strike. I think it's gonna be good enough, especially on those games you get versus control deck or deck with not so many creatures. They are good to have, but we didn't use them basically at all. So, and when we use it, 3 damage would have been plenty. So instead, Lightning Strike would have been nice, and that's it in my opinion. When you get the combo, and maybe one extra Howlsquad Heavy, because when this one plays, the game it's pending on your side. So 4 of these instead of 3. But in general, I think the deck is nice. I'm very happy of the Frenzied Goblin. He performed very well. I'm very happy of the Reckless Lackey. It's good to have it. A first strike creature. Fanatical Firebrand, we didn't use it, but I use it in other games, so I know that it works. Of course, the Burnout, it's a must. This one, it's, I think, the strongest Goblin around in the whole standard at this point in time. I don't know, maybe it's in pair with, at the same level of Squee. But this one, Double Strike, gets super strong. I have the half an idea of making a green version just focused on speed, max speed instead. So a red green, and with the pumping, this one it's a real danger around. The only downside is that you must get to turn 3 at the very least, and this is a little bit of a bummer in order to have max speed. But except for that, this is a card that can give you really a lot. And I'm more or less happy with this deck. Of course, I mean, do not expect to win tournament with this one, because it's one sunfall away completely lost, and temporary lockdown, all this kind of stuff that you can see so many around. It's of course the main threat of this deck. Zero protection in any case. Also, removal are a little bit of a trouble. The thing is that you normally play so quick that opponent might having problem in getting enough spot removal to remove all the threats that you play. Goblin Surprise, we played only a couple of times, I think. I love this card. I'm pretty sure that its place is in this deck, but maybe you want to play just 3 of those. Up to you. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much. Please, if you like this video, press subscribe, follow, send a comment, and thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.